Alright everyone, we're back, and
Yo!
we just spent 42.5 minutes putting this piece together. It's definitely not a piece to do on your own.
Don't solo it.
Looking over Gemmin's video, you can kind of see now why he's heavily edited it, because it's a pain in the arse. The instructions are not very intuitive. I found a lot of times where
they actually make it harder.
They tell you to do something, and then it's kind of easier to take that piece away to do the next piece to then put it back. And that was the case on several pieces, which we will go over in this kind of review. First impression of... Actually, I'm not going to jump into fucking spoilers, should I?
Fuck that, man.
All right.
This ain't fucking Avengers Endgame spoiler video.
All right, pass me the stuff.
This is the first time as well that we've noticed that you get this little...
little jizz mop.
Little jizz mop.
Yeah.
They give you a little jizz mop with
Clean
XM brand.
up on 05.
Vagisil. Yeah, this is really nice. Like a little one of them things that all the Primark pieces are wrapped in. Yeah.
Cloth. This is it's not one. That's like a polyester.
Is it?
Yeah. This is like a micro pores. This is like to clean with, like what you would clean your glasses with, or the camera.
That's exactly what I'm going to take it home and use it for.
Michael ain't getting this now.
Yeah, fuck you, Michael.
And then also you get the book. First of all, get that out of the way. So you got the book here. This again,
might as well set fire to that.
Some of the actual ways that these are labelled make it more confusing.
They're labelled wrong anyway.
It's the same as in previous pieces where they'll say to you, take out part number 6. It will show you like number 6 here, and what will happen is you actually take out number 6 and it says number 5 on it. Yeah. And that is actually the case.
It's quite common. It's a common thing.
It used to be the case with older pieces where it would say put part number 3. You would take it out and you would say
number 1,
number F,
yeah,
a letter F. It would say a letter instead of a number, and it would be kind of like that. But
and they don't even correlate, so it wouldn't be like take out number 3 and then you look at it and it's C.
And then that's the other side of it as well, is then they're color coded, so they're numbered here wrong on the piece, and then color coded.
Use the color code.
If you're going to do this, you need to stick to one way of doing it, and not confuse people. And again, if you're going to say that that's number 6, you need to, whoever's doing the manual needs to speak to whoever's doing the actual planning, because that was the only one. The one that stood out to me was that number 6 is definitely number 5.
Yeah, but the thing is, what we think has happened is that basically, as this has been messed about with and it's been engineered to get it right, probably the book or the statue, one or the other, was done first, and the resulting part was not done and updated. So maybe the books were printed and then actually, oh no, we'll change this and we'll move that and we'll do X, Y, and Z. See, that needs to be screwed in more.
Maybe don't do that.
Yeah, but look, that's why. See, told you.
All right.
That's why.
Pick up the screwdriver there.
Yeah, I'm not doing it.
Okay.
You ain't. I'm doing it. That screw.
Also, there were some pieces where, it was just quite tough. I mean, like this piece here.
Yeah.
I would definitely take out.
Take it out till the end.
Put Magneto in before you put this piece in. There was also another piece, some of the reed bars as well. Also, putting the upper half of Magneto into the piece, and then put the legs in while he's on there.
Yeah, that's right.
And then just make sure you put the belt the right way round, because George put it the wrong way and it jammed in quite badly.
I went touch tight. I just until it stopped and I left it, and then I was like, oh, that doesn't go all the way in. The thing as well, what Alex is saying as well, you need to remember, because when you look at it, I'm going to just try and move it now, but you might not be able to see Alex, but that doesn't matter. When you look at it sort of head on from this position, you can see that basically you've got the danger of these legs scratching on things, and this is all this nice silver metallic paint. So you've got that as a concern. Then you've got how tight that cape is to that corner over there that you're looking at now head on. So you basically got about 3 areas that when you're placing the figure on there, you can scratch it. Yeah. So Alex is right.
You don't want
don't
added to that.
Yeah, you just basically worry about the cape. So I was holding the cape and Alex was lining up the pin. That's the way to do it.
Also, the pin, the Magneto attached to his back is really, really tight.
Yeah.
And you have to press it in with
force,
a little bit of force.
That's it.
It took us a while, but especially then, if you have the legs on there, you are definitely scratching.
Yeah, because you're going like that. That's why, to get it right, and sort of that's then rubbing on this, and the legs are then rubbing on that. So basically, and you can't have eyes everywhere because Alex's eyes are on the peg and lining it up, which means it's not on the cape, which is scratching and rubbing against the metal. So if you look back at the video that we've just done, you can see that I'm holding the cape and using my fingers to block it from rubbing on anything else. Because all you're going to...
fast I played that bit back.
It doesn't happen. I'm protecting your shit. Don't worry about that. So, you know, that's the point. So have a spotter with you, somebody who's actually watching the parts that you're not watching. Because as soon as you put statues together, your eyes are on one focal point and then you miss, actually, oh, I've just scratched the cape all up the metal. So I agree with Alex. Remove this, have this so it's not a danger to the cape. And then don't do the legs. Just put this onto here and then you fit the legs and then you fit this part on the outside. That is definitely the way to do it.
For sure.
The instructions are not ideal. So this is actually where we are quite lucky, because me and Alex have a sort of man problem of let's just like get into it and do it anyway.
Well, but I actually tried this time. I thought to myself, I'm going to try and do the instructions.
I wouldn't even open the book. I'm telling you now, I wouldn't even bothered. I would have taken everything out and then I would have started trying to fit it systematically. It probably would have been just as bad.
Probably. Should we actually get the...
I haven't looked
at this print yet.
I'll let you look. It's your piece.
Ooh. Very nice print. They've gone with the masthead. The only thing again is they've gone for that not for sale thing, which again is going to be a licensing thing where they have to do it because otherwise they're going to have to charge for the prints. Yeah. So that'll be the case.
Something you just got to part with, I guess. He's got the double-handed making all the gun barrels and bullets and everything. All the metal parts coming together. Nice print. I do as well, yeah, I do. I'm glad they went with the masthead. That's how I would have liked it.
Bit creased.
It's a little dark.
No, I like it. I think it's one of their better ones.
Yeah.
Again, what I would suggest is, I don't know when White Magneto came out. I mean, obviously he is Marvel now, but... I would look for like a trading card, and if I was to frame this, I would put the trading card over there to block off this part here. Yeah, good call. And you can find some really, really nice trading cards.
Yeah, I do that with comics to hide the barcode. Yeah, good shout out. Well done. All right, let's get on to reviewing, since we're in the business of doing so. We're here, we're ready.
From speaking to a few people who have this piece in, stick under the table. Yeah. From speaking to a few people who have this piece in, there are around 25 different display options. So obviously we are not going to be able to show you all of those at once because I don't even know where to start. It's going to be the ball with all the heads, all the, it's going to be all over the place. So we'll show you kind of the main heads and the arms and things. We'll show you them, but not all of the variants. So what we have now is we have the clenched fist and the hand out. The hand out is for the rocket, the missile. So what happens is if you turn that towards me, I'll do that. So you actually have a piece here which comes out. Hopefully, you take it out.
Me?
Yeah.
Why do I take it out?
Because I've got one hand.
Because you've put it in. And it's nice that XM actually give you these plugs. So if you're not using the missile, you get a little plug that basically, and it's nice because it actually is one of the, almost like because this is a tank tread, isn't it? That he's got here that's broken up. It's higher, yeah. That's around about there.
Well, it's going to be where that needs to go.
You all right? So it's quite funny as well, because that bar and stuff like that, you would think that it sort of look unsightly, but at certain angles it's just really clever because it looks like it's part of the actual base and the breaking up of the base and the metal parts, and then the missile sort of like hovering, and he's stopping it with his hand, which is it's quite a nice, concept. If Alex can,
if I can get it in there.
Do you want me to do it?
No.
You sure, sweetheart?
You fuck right off, you cunt. How do you want it? Is it like that? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I was doing it with
just what.
Well, the actual the nugget part fits into.
So I don't know how. I think the way is more like a head-on sort of way.
Yeah.
So like that maybe. I don't know from the angle. of the camera, that's probably close to being right. Yeah, like that.
I like the way as well. It's got that kind of little bounce to it.
Yeah, like he's sort of holding it, he's fighting against the momentum of it. Yeah. I mean, that's quite a nice, unique sort of trick that they've managed to do. I've not really seen that before. I mean, they did the hovering thing with the Cerebro on the original Magneto, which was probably one of the first I've ever seen. In fact, it probably is, isn't it? It definitely is the first or the best executed of them all.
Mad X did it before, didn't he? With his,
badly. Got a big fucking it's got like a thing. I mean, it doesn't look like it's hovering, does it?
That adds a lot to the kind of depth of it as well.
Oh yeah,
so this adds quite a lot on there.
Yeah.
I mean, looking at what we do, we're going all over the place. What we do is just talk about the missile. Take the missile off because it's too big, and put it probably back. So yeah, with the missile, quite happy with the way that looks. It does actually. It fits on nicely. It's very sturdy, which is probably going to fall off now I've said that. But and then in the pose where with this head, that arm, that is how you would have that missile for me. The mouth on this head is done really well. The teeth, the inside, the tongue, all of that looks great. The skin textures. I love the helmet on there as well. It's done really well. It's got that kind of pearl look to it. Iridescent look where I was trying to go for that with my Spider-Man.
It's too subtle though, isn't it?
Too subtle.
It's not this. You needed it more like this.
Maybe another couple of coats of it, but you know they've done this really, really well. And again, in this pose, it looks absolutely fantastic.
It's funny because the cape is actually really matte, isn't it? And that just makes the figure stand out massively. Because I didn't notice that before when I saw it in London. The cape is like really matte coloured. And then
it's got a lot of the shading and that.
Yeah, but it is matte. Look, and then the figures like got
glossy there.
No, I don't think. I think that's light.
Yeah,
I think that's the light.
Anyway, so let's just put. Oh, this is quite tough to get out now. Oh, no, it's not. Sorry.
You right there, sweetheart?
Maybe take it off.
Wow, we weren't bad catching. No, hold it. You're all right. Just put it from the peg rather than the actual yeah, that's it. There you go. Okay, so then you would plug it with this
butt plug, with the butt plug pack.
Remember how much fun you had with that the first time you put that in?
How was it? I can't even remember.
It sort of only it does. It sits in where it doesn't touch anything else. So yeah, let's move. Give it to me. Okay, so it goes sort of at an angle where it sits in and doesn't touch anything else. But you just got to like sort of mess about until you find the right angle because it's like pegged in a funny way as well. Oh, I can't do it from here.
Oh yeah, it's easy.
So easy. There, like that. And that way, so that it then plugs that gap, and you can see there that it looks like some part of the metal, just as this has been breaking up all the. I mean, this is actually a tank tread, and you can see there you've got the barrel there from the tank, the actual cannon part of it.
We are going kind of all over the fucking place. The turret, you mean?
Is it called a turret?
Yeah.
Oh, good word. I'm glad. Right, let's change over some of the arms so you can have a look at them.
Well, should we fucking do like
what we usually do?
Right, so we've done that pose now with the missile. We've gone all over the fucking shop. So what we do is, you got all the kind of rubble, you got all the reed bars coming through, you got all the kind of steel girders, and all kind of bending around. He's got the X going on behind him.
Nice touch.
You've got the pipes underneath, the tread of the tank, I think it's called the turret. Then you've got this kind of wheel here, you've got this cog here, loads of like stuff going on there, and it's really, really, really done well. Huge, absolutely.
It's like deceptive, isn't it? You always forget just how big this fucking piece is.
But it fits on Lazy Susan, and she's not struggling too much.
Yeah, it's not that though. It's more the display sort of element, really. In fairness, that isn't. I don't think that's massive. It just looks quite tall to me. It's got to be 30 inches at least.
And what we'll do now is, what we'll look at is...
what they've done very well here is the fact that it's actually a very small proportion of the face that you can see, because this helmet is incredibly like covered. It's like a really armoured helmet, almost like what a knight would be using. Like an old school knight, it really covers and protects the face as it's meant to do. But what's great about it is you haven't lost any of the details in the face, There's a lot of expression going on there. The teeth look fantastic. I mean, they almost look like real teeth, to be honest. They're amazingly well done. Mouth looks good, tongue's good, and there's a lot of wrinkles and expression still in the eyes. So they've done well with that, considering how much the cape, the helmet actually covers the face.
Yeah. I actually really like this bald head.
I don't like it at all.
I think that if that had the helmet on, it would look really good.
What you mean, the expression on the face?
The expression on the face, I really like, and I think that with him,
stern as fuck,
that would work with him stopping the missile. If you look at that, him stopping the missile like
he's
that.
looking right at it.
He's looking at it.
It is a great expression. It is a nice head.
I think that head with the helmet would look fantastic. I probably wouldn't display the bald head.
It's a shame because it is actually really good. When you turn it, I was like, when I got out of the box, I didn't like it, but on the statue, it's actually really nice.
I really like it on there, but I think that face with the helmet
better than the Scream.
I like the Scream as well.
Hard,
but I do think that I would prefer the Scream with the helmet, that head with the helmet as well.
So 4 heads. You're not fucking ask for much, do you?
No. Well, scrap this one and give him the helmet, you know. But you know, I do really like that. And then you got this one where he's got like a bit of a smirk. Quite like that as well, actually.
It's wicked, that head.
Yeah,
very nice.
Well, that smirk would probably go more with the
holding the gun parts.
Yeah, that smirk I like that as well. All of them would work with a helmet on. You know,
clear eyes as well. Nice glossy 5 o'clock shadow. Looks great.
I like that. That's going to be my hair in about 2 years' time.
2 years tomorrow, you fuck.
My hair's going fucking white by the day.
It's all these unboxings that you're doing. Well, that's why you have about 20% more grey than when you fucking started.
That's my aim, is to be like Magneto, like an old Jew, old white grey-haired Jew.
Let's have a look. I want to see it. Spin it towards me.
He's a handsome man. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's got a lovely profile.
I like that.
I wouldn't say no.
But if you take off that arm and
that's really nice actually. That's a fantastic expression.
What you do have is, if you can find them.
Oh, all right. Okay, that's a toughie. That's a very.
What you do have.
All right. Do you want me to show you where that is? It's in the cannon part there. See it there?
Yeah, no, but I was looking for a colour.
No, it is. It's white. So it's that one. This is green. So both they basically, you've got 2 balls of gun parts and magazines and some what would you call them, sights. They're all like mixed together, making sort of a big ball. And then you have 2 colours. So you have one that's green. Yeah, that's right. Okay. You've got one that's green, but that's the other hand. So you want to do them both?
No, well, you told me to do that one, I thought.
I didn't tell you to do nothing. There's a bit different on this one. It's there, and it's green.
There is actually on the top. Green in.
Yeah, it's green, and then on the top of the peg, it's green. So they basically they only go in one way. So if you try the other way, it doesn't work. So one hand and one ball of gun parts. Just don't let Alex do it. It's advisable that he does not.
Yeah, I wouldn't let me.
Right, they are.
Right, so it fits together well. It looks great with the kind of hovering.
Let's have a see when it's on the piece. It's got to be careful with this. Is it that way? Yeah, it is. That's awfully high.
Awfully?
I don't like it here. Doesn't work.
No.
Doesn't work at all. That's really bad, actually, in fairness. I'm not liking that.
Are you sure that's right?
Yeah, that's right, yeah. Maybe you put the peg in, maybe that should be more forward. But it looks really far back to me. That. The other one sort of is hovering well. That, I mean, you got to be. I think it probably is, yeah.
All right, so
you just do one.
Do one.
Do one. You mug. You muppets. There you are. That's.
Oh yeah, that's better.
That's better. That's much better. And then that, is that right?
I don't think he's looking at it though. There is he?
I just want to make sure that fucking.
Yeah, give me the helmet head.
Right there. Make sure that goes in, because that arm's really like far back there. Going on? Is it straighter? Yeah, like that. That's it.
He's looking at it more that way. So, that's that. I don't like 2 of them.
I don't like 2 of them either.
I don't like 2 of them. I think I prefer his right. I don't like it on the left.
Yeah, me either. I agree. You know what's funny as well is, I mean, that where the cape is curved in and his arm sits in, it's so snug. You got to be very careful when you're trying to manoeuvre. I'll let Alex take that arm out and he can experience it for himself.
Oh, thank you.
It's a gift. Merry Christmas. So like one up like that, so maybe that one and the other hand down.
That
one. Yeah, it's that one.
Which one are you talking about?
So that would be there,
yeah,
like that, and then you'd have the other hand up in the air. So that's.
I think I prefer.
Which hand do you like?
I like his left holding it.
Yeah, so it's this arm then.
So take this hand.
No, that is the left arm holding it.
Oh, sorry, I like.
You like the right.
Wait.
You
left.
left hand. You dickhead. So unfortunately, the only thing is with that though is that this would be your arm.
Well, it's kind
maybe
of like,
obviously you can have the guns and the missile.
Yeah, because he's kind of like stopping it. And he's like, got that in fucking reserve. You know. That's
yeah, look, I've got a ball of your gun parts. I'm
going
to throw these at you. I'm going to throw it any minute.
Yeah. So. I don't think I like two of them. I think I like one.
Yeah, I like one, but my choice is this. That's yours. I've showed the people. That's your one. Let me show the people. No one gives a shit about what you have to say. And then let's change the hands out. So
I considerably prefer the missile.
That's so tight, then, Mag. Jesus Christ. Put that one in.
Yeah, I prefer the missile hand much more and pose for me personally.
It's like really once it's in there. Now pull that one out. Come on. Feel how snug that arm is in there. Yeah. See this would be mine. That one. That's.
I don't know because he does not really look in it, is he?
Yeah, that's wicked. That's mine. It's like boom. Look at that. That's the shit that is.
I prefer the missile.
I like the composition of that with the sort of arm up, tense in the arm. What you know what I really like about this as well, which XM, they really do good Magnetos because he's muscular, but they haven't changed his genetic body type. You know, because that's what a lot of people do. They change his genetics. They go from being sort of an ectomorph, muscular, or mesomorph mixed body type, and then people just like make him endomorphic, which is like massy, like short and wide, and he is not like that. He's got more of an elegant sort of physique to him, like a mesomorph ectomorph cross.
Yeah.
And that's his body type, and that's right with his heritage. That's right with the comics. That's right with everything. You know, when you start then making him shorter limbed and bulkier, it just doesn't work for me. And they managed to do that on both Magnetos. So the
anatomy is very, very good.
It's really good.
Great.
He's got length to him. You know, like with a tall, muscular physique, something elegant about it. Yeah. And that's what Magneto's meant to look like. It's meant to be like an elegant, sort of powerful character that isn't stumpy and short and thick. He's not meant to really look like that. And this is 2 for 2 that they've managed to do that. He's got a little bit more of a muscularity in his legs, but it's not. It's perfect. Yeah. It's absolutely perfect.
All right, so let's bust out the old tape measure and see what this is saying. I don't think this is really that displayable. It's hard to display this is going to be. So
I think that's about 30 inches up.
And if you're going to display the missile, you need more space.
All right, to the top of that, I would say that's 29 3/4, maybe 30 inches tall.
Just shy of 30.
I would say it's around 75 centimetres.
I'd say it's about 76.
So it could be 76, yeah. From my angle, it's saying 75, but I think you've got the better angle. I think it's easily.
And then the widest point is going to be his cape.
Well, we're not doing the missile, are we? I mean, the missile comes out into the other fucking room. It's like having a guest.
So what you're going to need then is if you're going to display the width. I guess is if you're going to display the angle, but you're going to...
Yeah, because that is if you're doing it sort of half. If you want like the most of the statue you're going to see, then this is the angle, and that I would say is around 20. I'd say it's 24.
Yeah, so
I'd say it's 24, so it's 61, yeah, definitely. But if you're going to display it head on like that, then the width is not going to be the same problem. It's going to be, you got it. The depth will be, but the width wise, I think you're looking 20, I would say. 51, 52. Yeah. I would say it's 20 from that angle.
If you're doing that,
then the depth is going to cane your ass. Yeah, all the way through. All the way through to that. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Further. Further. That's it there.
All right, the depth on that is going to be about 21 inch, so 20 inches and a half, which is about 53 centimetres.
Yeah.
if you're going that way.
Yeah. Obviously, if you're again going side on, you then you lose a bit of that, and again you're looking at somewhere in around at the end of that. Let me just check the front for you. Yeah, that's it.
So then that way is about
16 and a half-ish. 16 and a half-ish, yeah. So really it's about angles with this piece. Yeah. They're still monster, regardless. 16 to 20 odd inches.
16 and a half is 42, by the way.
Yeah, that's you click that down.
I know, yeah, fuck off.
I mean, I have to say, I think this is very well done. I'm really impressed with it. You know, I've seen this when it was unpainted, and then in London I've seen it painted, but they were still both prototypes. And this is now the first time I've seen the production piece in person, and I will maintain the production piece is better than both prototypes.
I agree. I think. I mean, I had this on order from when I saw it in Singapore with George. That was 16.
Yeah, 16.
So we saw it then, and then we basically saw that unpainted. Saw it painted in London.
You got the last one,
and I think that when we saw it painted in London, I think it was overshadowed by a lot of other pieces, and I do think that the production is better than the prototype. I know we were bitching about things at the beginning, but that was more to do with the assembly. It's really tough.
100%. Yeah.
I think XM need to. It's basically the kind of left hand don't know what the right hand's doing kind of thing, where they are numbering things and then they're putting the manual together with different numbers and different colours and not adding the colours and stuff. Sideshow do the same though. Sideshow do that as well.
Also, it's not just you've also got to be very careful with a complex piece like this, because it is like a Rubik's Cube in regards to you can only get to a certain point if you do the basics first right. So if you follow their guide, you're going to basically, if you're one of these people that you read instructions and it has to be in that order and you don't break it, you don't think for yourself, if you don't have any lateral thinking in you, what you're going to end up doing is you're going to end up scratching and breaking parts, because it's like, for example, this part here that has the reed bars going through the block, they basically all connect together. And then you have this bit that slides underneath it, but the order that they tell you to do it is the other way round.
And then the reed bar goes on top of it.
Exactly, and then the reed bar goes over the top of it. So it's.
But what we found then is when you put the figure in, you take those pieces out.
You have to take them out, because then you risk scratching the statue. So really, you don't want to put this part in or this part until the very end, and they're telling you to do it at the beginning.
So basically, once you put the X on, put the upper body on, then the legs, the pin, then these parts on. Don't do it the other way around.
Exactly.
Because it just restricts you too much, and you can easily get that in while this is on.
Yeah, we did. No problem.
It doesn't hinder you in any way.
But it's that type of thing, you see. It's just about having the community. Really, you shouldn't do the book until you've got this prototype in hand, production in hand, and you've put it together. Then you do the book. That's probably where the communication problem is happening, because I don't think that's the case. But there'll be reasons for all of these things. But to be honest, it's really minor, because we're quite lucky, because at least one of us is thinking a different way to the other one. So I can spot Alex putting it together, and Alex is going through the guide, and I'm going through my own common sense. So I don't even look at the book. I've got no interest in looking in the book whatsoever. So look at the parts and then think, yep, that's not going in there like that. That's going to fucking scratch that. That's going to do... You've got to think like that. But I have to say, I'm really impressed with the paint on this in particular. I think this is a really exceptional job from XM. And I actually think this might be one of the best Magnetos out there. I can see why people would want to take this and repaint it purple and classic colours.
Let's talk about that. Like, quite a few people.
I have no doubt why they would do it. But the only thing is there's a lot of credence for this. I mean, these colours are really great. I mean, there's a real pop to this. Having a white character in a statue is in your display is great. I mean, I've got Anti-Venom in mind, and that's not the greatest of statues, but the fact that it's white and it looks so different to everything else, it grabs a lot of attention.
A Spider-Gwen, I guess, as well.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, I got the negative Spider-Man now.
Yeah, exactly. But I think this is really, really well done. So fair play. Had seen a lot of Magnetos this year as well.
Yeah. All right, should we end there?
Yeah.
All right,
it's
guys.
Got to be about a 2-hour video, but still.
Yeah.
So hit the notification, hit the bell, and obviously smash a like and give this XM Magneto a bit of appreciation because they've done a really good job with it. So fair play.
Let us know what you think about the green screen, if it works or not.
Peace.
Peace out.